What's up, YouTube? Um, so I'm just gonna show my face so you can see me. Got an upper deckian. Gonna make a video. Basically, I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about death. Recently, I had a good friend who passed away. Some of you who are watching this may know who I'm talking about. But I, I've just been having constant thoughts about, how fragile life is and how quickly things can change and how quickly people move on from that as well. And it can be really scary sometimes. And I've been finding myself for the past week thinking about it a lot. And it started very minimal, and today I was like crying in the car by myself because I'm like, it was just really, really scary, And I don't, it's weird because I would always, you know, his passing, my friend's passing, has definitely created a lot of epiphanies in my head. And I've always said, like, death is inevitable, or you gotta live life. You can't be afraid of death, but sometimes it is scary, and there's no doubt about that. And no matter how much you put yourself in fun, active situations, no matter how much you're progressing or how much you're really sucking the marrow out of life, right? It's always in the back of your mind, and it just comes and it comes back sometimes, and you're like, wow, like that is really scary. And yeah, I find myself thinking about it a lot. Um, and I'd be thinking, like, damn, like, what am I doing? Like, why am I at college? Like, everything we do as humans is for the future. And obviously, I made a video in the past, like, how you can still live every single day without actually sacrificing your future, right? And I still do believe that. But, like, even though, humans were not soldiers, like, we don't go, like, a lot, like, there's no war right now, I mean, where we are, right, in Canada, or in the States, or wherever you're watching this, I'm sure there's no significant war. But at the end of the day, you're still just, like, you are still just a number in a way. And that's, like, the scary thing. And I don't mean that as in, like, a degrading thing, like, you're just a worker ant and you're nothing more than that, because you're not, and I'm not, and nobody's that. That's not the truth, and you can, like, do whatever the fuck you want, be whatever the fuck you want, and that's up to you, right? But at the end of the day, still, it's like, you're just it's weird, you're just one soul out of 8 billion souls on this planet. And that's like, and that's, and it's sad, and the world is a scary, dark, lonely place. And I'm thinking to myself, you know I don't want to, will there ever be a time when I actually feel that I'm actually acceptive of death, and I've fully accepted it? Will there be a time when I've reached an old age or completed everything I've wanted to do? And I don't think that time will ever come. And that's the scary thing, is that you will never be ready for death. I mean, if it hit, like, and another thing is, like, physically, if death hits you at a moment, it's not even like you'll have a chance to think about it. If it's like cancer or disease, it's a little different. Like, there's more suspense and there's more anxiety around it, and that's scary. But if if you die, you just die in an instant, and it's not like, and then you just go to wherever the afterlife is, or wherever you believe the afterlife is, and I find myself thinking about it a lot, you know, and it's almost put a halt on my productivity, because I'll indulge in things that relax myself, right? So like skateboarding is a big one, or watching TV or YouTube or movies, and I'll just do that, or scrolling on TikTok, and it's like I'm running away from the truth, you know? I can't stand being alone by myself in my own thoughts. I have to listen to music when I drive. I have to listen to music when I walk to class. You know, because there's that like dark void of the inevitable, there's that dark void of the inevitable truth, and the cold, hard, scary truth, the fearful truth, the unknown truth, you know? Death. So it can be scary, and I'm just making this video log, and if there's like anybody out there who's watching this who feels the same, thank you for listening, and you can't live in fear. If you feel like this and you feel like this often, know that it's not over, and you're not gonna feel this scared forever. Because it's just, right now, I'm just feeling it, and I know I just said some things about, like, will I ever feel satisfied with my life? Will I ever be ready to die? But you can't, you're the product of your environment. I don't know, some shit like that. Like, whatever you create in your mind is gonna be your reality, right? So if I'm scared of death, then I'm gonna live in fear my whole life. It can't just be, that can't be your life. Like, you gotta overcome it no matter what. And that's what I'm gonna leave the video off with, is that obviously it's scary, obviously you can have moments, but you can't live in fear no matter what. And that's something I have to get over, and that's something that has been very challenging for me, because every time I feel like I've escaped the thought of death, or escaped the fear of not existing anymore, and people just having to move on within a week or two, that can be so scary. But you can't think like that, because there's so much out there, and I'm acting like this tough guy, I'm acting like I know everything, but really, I don't. And I'm scared, I'm alone, and I'm insecure, I think a lot, I'm an overthinker. Sometimes I'm a motherfucker who just needs someone to talk to, so I'm talking to the camera. And I've always said, like, I never knew what the YouTubers meant about, I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys. YouTubers always say that, and now I kind of understand, because it's very relieving, because I know maybe even only 5 people may watch this video, but you know what? That's cool, because maybe it resonates with those 5 people, and those 5 people can learn something, or they can really, really connect with me through the video and through the camera. But yeah, that's gonna be it. I'm signing off. Peace out, guys.